We've all heard the proverb, bread is the staff of life, which suggests we need food to survive. I would go even further and say not just food, but nutritious meals. And how can we accomplish this? One way is to eat what we grow and grow what we eat. So we have more control of the contents of the food we put in our bodies. For those who can't or don't want to do it themselves, thank God for a productive farming force. So this month, we honor these warriors of the land who face hardships to supply this nation with access to fresh fruits, vegetables, and other produce, while also contributing significantly to our country's economic progress. To them we say, Happy Farmers Month! On that note, welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Audrey Williams, and on this special day, we have a lot to share with you, particularly on the topic of career development. So, stay with us. We'll be back after the news.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, April 12, 2024. The Morant Bay Urban Center in St. Thomas is within budget and on schedule for completion in September. That's the report given to Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he toured the development on Thursday for a first-hand update. Mr. Holness asserts that when completed, the vast range of services to be offered at the facility will attract further development in the surrounding areas.
As I look around, with land space that seems to be available, I am certain that even more private investment interest is going to be displayed, and I am almost certain that in short order there will be housing and residential development around the perimeter of this development.
Mr. Holness emphasizes that the Morant Bay Urban Center is powering the development for the people of St. Thomas.
Many households are going to benefit from the economic and social opportunities that will be curated right here in this 28-acre development. We have a university here, we have training facilities here, we have joined-up government here, we have food, recreation and commerce right here, we have light industry right here.
The 436,000 square feet development is being constructed at a cost of approximately $6 billion through a partnership involving the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, NCB Group, and China Harbour Engineering Company, CHEC. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is highlighting that significant improvement to Jamaica's water supply network is in the works, with several major investment projects on the docket. Among these is $5 billion of capital works being undertaken by the National Water Commission (NWC) in this fiscal year to the benefit of approximately 165,000 residents. It involves the replacement of pipelines and upgrading of wells, water stations and treatment plants, among other things. Additionally, over $2.5 billion will be invested in sewage infrastructure work and $1.6 billion allocated to Rural Water Supply Limited.
Because we intend to make an impact right across the island for communities that have been deprived of this valuable commodity.
Other infrastructure work taking place include the $78 million Rio Cobre water treatment plant and the Negril water improvement, estimated to cost $20 million. The redevelopment of the Hermitage Dam, expansion of the Mona Reservoir, and development of the Mahogany Vale system are also progressing. Mr. Holness outlined the projects during an address to Parliament on Tuesday, where he announced a $210 million drought mitigation measure. 12 new buses have been added to the fleet of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC. Minister of Transport Darrell Vaz revealed the news in a post to his social media account on the platform X. He also reiterated that the country could expect another 100 buses in July. Minister Vaz adds that 230 additional units will be procured and added to the JUTC's fleet by the year 2026 through an investment of approximately $5 billion. In other transport-related news, Since April 1, Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ has resumed conducting a pilot of its online renewal service for the Motor Vehicle Registration Certificate, MVRC. This service allows users to apply, pay online, and pick up the certificate and sticker within 3 business days. This can be done utilizing a special pickup window at one of 6 tax offices involved in the program at this time: the Kingston, St. Andrew, and Montego Bay Revenue Service Centers, and the Spanish Town, Maypen, and St. Anne's Bay tax offices. In this initial phase, only customers with a private motor vehicle with valid fitness and insurance certificates or cover notes will be able to use the online service. During the renewal process, applicants will be required to indicate their preferred tax office for document pickup. Once processed, they will be sent an email notification to pick up the registration documents at any of the 6 participating tax offices they had selected. Customers will also be able to track the progress of the registration online using TAJ's new Motor Vehicle Registration Renewal Tracking Facility. Students at 13 institutions are to benefit from the second staging of the Ministry of Finance's National Budget Secondary School Tour. The tour, which was launched on April 9 at St. Catherine High School, will make steps at several institutions until April 30. It is being done to raise awareness among students regarding the national budget and the ministry's role and function.
We believe that getting the future leaders involved into the budgetary, understanding the budgetary process, is a way of sensitizing the public at large as to how the overall budget works. We believe that the national budget is everybody's business, and you are no exception.
During the first stop, each student was presented with a copy of the Citizen's Guide to the 2024-2025 budget, which details the budget process, sources of funding, and allocations for each ministry. Minister of Education and Youth, Favour Williams, who has endorsed the tour, emphasizes that students should be aware of the process because they stand to gain a lot from the budget.
As you read the Citizen's Guide, as you take a look at what's in there, you should see yourselves reflected in it, because approximately 1/5 of the non-debt expenditure portion of the budget goes towards providing for the education of all of us.
The National Budget Secondary School Tour is being held under the theme, "The National Budget is Everybody's Business because it impacts every Jamaican." After stops at Waterford, Cumberland, Bridgeport, and Greater Portmore High Schools this week, it will head to Haile Selassie and Norman Manley High on April 16. Ascot High students will get their budget introduction on April 18, followed by Jonathan Grant and Jose Marti Technical High on April 19, and Eltham and Spanish Town High on April 30. And finally, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC's Small Business Expo and Conference returns this year following a hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This grand flagship business and networking event will have its 13th staging on May 30 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston. The one-day event will feature products and services from a diverse range of exhibitors representing private and public sector entities, along with networking opportunities and access to JBDC support services and resources. The conference aspect will include seminars and presentations led by industry experts. These are expected to provide invaluable insights and strategies for business success, with topical discussions on digital transformation, revenue, Industry 4.0, value chain, and export. Exhibitors keen on showcasing their products and services are encouraged to book their booth space well in advance by sending an email to expo@jbdc.net or calling 876-928-5161 to 5. Persons may also visit the JBDC's website and go to the Expo link. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaicans, practice proper disposal of garbage, and if items can be reused, recycle them. We all have a part to play in protecting our environment from pollution. We are building Jamaica.
Okay, let's talk about careers. Sometimes your starting point is not usually your final destination. However, your current location can serve as a springboard to where you need to be. Not clear? Well, you will learn more in this week's He Says, She Says conversation. Please take a look.
Career Days in Schools is an engaging and a dynamic experience that allows students to interact with professionals in the line of work they wish to pursue. But why are schools having career days? Why are schools talking to students about careers when they're not yet ready for it while they're studying certain subjects? It's a topic we'll discuss in our He Says, She Says series.
Welcome to the start of another He Says, She Says series, where we express our perspectives on topics such as relationships, workplace habits, careers, and other issues, more frequently discussed in silos, but we are now bringing to the forefront. Joining us today is Reverend Winston Peku, Chairman and Chaplain of the Frankfield Primary School Board. He's a successful entrepreneur and the resident pastor for the Frankfield and Grantham Circuit of Churches of the Church of God in Jamaica. We're also joined by Avina Henry, Region 6 President for the Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education. And our third guest is business owner Adermi Mitchell. Welcome to the show. They will be giving some perspective on everyday life situations we all want to talk about. And I'm your host, Andre Palmer. Today, we're discussing all things careers. Let's get right into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the purpose of having a career day in schools? I want to start with you, Avina.
Career day is very important in school because it helps to expose children to different types of careers. Not only careers, but skills as well. So it is important for them to see different types, start thinking about it, to believe it or not. Even though they are young, I serve a primary school, even though they are young, there are children who are already thinking about what it is they want to become. So I think it is very good for that to be done in order to aid them in making decisions.
Reverend Peku, I want to bring your perspective into the mix now as a school board chairman. How important is career day, especially at the primary school level?
Well, it is very important because it at least gives the children at this very tender age a feel of what the world will be like when the time comes. So they will at least have the foundation to see what is happening and what their parents have to be doing in order to send them to school. So they will have a choice to say, what, I want to become that or I want to become this, and with the dynamics of our time, the ever-changing, ever-evolving field in which we live, it's not just chalk on board anymore, the high-tech, the robotics. And so when they start to see how successful people are and they are able to touch and feel them, they say, all right, this man has achieved this woman has achieved that, then I can, and therefore I will.
I want to bring Adermi into the mix with the next question I want to ask. Do you believe that we're giving our students enough opportunity to match their interests when it comes on to careers? And as a young person, Adermi, what do you think we are giving enough opportunities to our young people?
We can do more in terms of exposing them more to the type of careers that are out there. So basically what I'm saying is that we're not doing enough to actually bring out in terms of exposing them to the type of career fields that is out there in terms of when we're younger, we normally would say we want to be a police officer or want to be a soldier, but there's more to it in terms of the whole career.
Avina, as a guidance counselor, do you believe that we're giving our students enough opportunity to even explore modern careers that are available now?
You know, I will say yes. And the reason for that is because gone are the days when we usually focus on just career, policemen, teachers, soldiers. Now when we do career days, we include the skills, masonry, carpentry, farming, entrepreneurship, even coding. And you know, the world is going technological. So I do think that we are expanding the minds of our young children. And so I do believe that we are giving them what they need to know.
Okay, from the board level, Reverend Peku, in your opinion, what is the current status as it regards to preparing our students for careers? Because you'd have seen it from a different perspective than the rest of our panelists.
Well, I believe that we are right there. And I'm not just a chair, I just function at a primary level. I chair the Edwin Allen School Board, the high school board too. So we are exposing, and the board, along with all stakeholders, are ensuring that our children not only come out just only to read and write, but they can use their hands. They are, you know, they are viable. As you know, in Jamaica now we're short of skilled work men and women, you know. But we in the school and at the board level, we are ensuring that our children are rounded, that they are able to fit in every and any era, so that Jamaica will be a place to live, to work, and to raise family.
We have been having this important discussion so far, but I want us to take a look at the viewers' response to this very same question.
As students, say for example, students go enter high school. They start from 12, 13. Start identifying likes, what the child loves, and educate the child how to, you know, start deciding, explaining, introducing certain aspect of skills, career, just like how they will have career day as in nurse, teachers, and so on. Life insurance, money, finance, all of that from a tender age.
Well, this is the end of our He Says, She Says conversation. Stay tuned for more. Our guests were Reverend Winston Peku, Avina Henry, and Adermi Mitchell. Thank you for watching. I'm Andre Palmer. Take care.
Apply to the Heart NSTA Trust. Learn a new skill and expand your horizons. Your government has made it completely free to you.
Having a career or being an entrepreneur requires you to be a visionary. You must see it to become it. On that note, our next feature visits a visionary young man's journey towards a rewarding profession in animal husbandry.
You know, we have a little hospital coop basically for the chickens that, you know, don't look so promising. My uncle Raymond, he's a big poultry farmer because, you know, social media is real marketing tool basically. Hi, my name is Cleo Jones and this is my story. I'm a 21-year-old poultry farmer. Started farming about 4 or 5 months ago. Went viral on TikTok, and ever since the poultry business has been booming for me. I started with only 100 chickens, and right now on the farm collectively me and my uncle have about 4,000 chickens, including layers.
Cleo come by my farm and his man and mother and he said, "Mommy, I love farming." And I said, "Okay, bring him over, I can teach him how to farm," and so him started out.
When I just started poultry farming, the big question was, how am I going to be different? You know, I didn't just want to walk into a restaurant and Say, can I speak to the owner? Hey, you know, some race fowl. I didn't just want to do that. You know, I wanted to market it in a way that I separated myself from other poultry farmers, you know, made my brand different. And something just came to my mind that, hey, you're good at, you know, music, you're good at writing songs, poems. Why not infuse that creativity into the business, you know, spread it on different social platforms and see what could happen. That's what I did, and it worked. Okay, you want a song? Yes. All right, so. If education are the key, ambition of the locksmith, first batch sold off is another batch. This to the profit like gymnasts, make you back flip back that again till you see a fat brick. We supply wings and legs and hip for the curry and fry and jerk man grill link. If you know smarty with the chicken and chips, big up DME and the whole chicken and things. High pro feed, make your birds active, youth start farming and make a million quick. The reason why I decided to go into poultry is because Corona taught me one of the most important business lessons, and that is essential business is the most important. So most of my customers that, you know, order chickens from me, they do it via social media because, you know, social media, it's the new marketing tool. It's not a case where I have to bring them on the farm. I just, you know, need the address to have it delivered to them. You know, most of the times I'm busy, so I don't do the delivery, but, you know, I have the courier that does the delivery for them. So I get the order, basically, open the deep freeze, you know, weigh the chickens that are already harvested, you know, and send it off to the restaurant, to the wholesale, to the cook shop, the household, wherever. What we do, we go to a super center, you know, we pick up the baby chickens from the hatchery, you know, fresh out the eggs and everything. We transport them here on the farm. We have 2 coops that we use as the nursery coop, basically, because those coops contains the heat bulbs and, you know, the required facility to basically nurture those baby chicks. Then after that we transport them to the big coop, and we basically feed them for 6 weeks, take care of them until they're ready to be harvested.
What I do, I actually build about 6 huge concrete tanks and harvest rainwater and treat it. So wherever time already I use that for the chicken, for the pig and for the goat. So I don't buy a lot of water. I've actually calculated 9 months of rainfall water. So that means if I have drought for 9 months, I can supply myself for 9 months with water.
Jamaica is basically importing a lot of things that, you know, we have the potential to grow. I would advise a lot of youths to jump into farming. You know, it's profitable. There's a great demand for it, so, you know, you just want to market your stuff the right way. So yeah, I would definitely encourage, you know, everybody to build a fall coop, plant some cabbage, plant something, grow something. Now that you see what I'm doing, you can join in on this too. Stop farm fool, farm foul.
Every living creature has a purpose and an instinct to survive. Our next feature will give an account of a remarkable bird's survival journey, particularly in how they gather their food.
Look, do you see it? Can you tell which bird this is?
There are over 300 species of hummingbirds in the world, and Jamaica has 4 types. Our national bird, the doctor bird, is one of those 4, and it's endemic to the island. That means it's only found right here in Jamaica.
According to sources at the Institute of Jamaica, in 1962, a committee was established to consider the recommendations for the national emblems of the country. It was at that level that the red-billed streamer-tailed hummingbird, or Dr. Bird, was chosen to be Jamaica's national bird.
We actually have two species of streamer-tails. One is the red-billed streamer-tail, one is the black-billed streamer-tail. The red-billed streamer-tail and the black-billed streamer-tail is considered by some authorities as two separate species. Here in Jamaica, we still consider them to be two species.
The red-billed streamer-tail can be found across most of the island except the eastern tip, where you'll find the black-billed streamer-tail. Hummingbirds' nests are made from small leafy materials woven together with cobwebs. There are about 2 eggs per clutch or grouping, usually one male and one female.
Hummingbirds are actually sexually dimorphic. In other words, there are two different forms for male and females. The male is actually a lot more flashy.
Jamaicans call the red-billed streamer-tail the Dr. Bird because of the appearance of the male, with its black crest and 2 iconic tail feathers, resembling the top hat and coat tails of doctors in the past. The male Dr. Bird also has shimmering green feathers on the chest and back, and a bright red bill with a black tip. The female looks very different because she has a short tail, white chest feathers, and slightly green feathers on the back. The female's bill is also dark brown with red at the base.
You can actually find males without a tail, and there are several reasons for this. One, it could be a young male, right? Born earlier this year, for example, it's going to take a while before those tail feathers actually grow in. And sometimes you'll actually see some with very short tail, which means it's growing in. Another reason they might lack a tail is that they might have molted it, that is, they change their feathers. After the feathers get worn out, they actually drop them and a new set of feathers actually grows in. Sometimes you'll find a male with one tail feather, it lost it for one reason or the other, you know, it broke off, they could be fighting with each other and actually lost a tail feather. Hummingbirds, for their size, I mean, they're very tiny birds, but they're probably one of the most aggressive groups of birds in the entire world. The reason for this aggressive behavior is because of food scarcity. They have a group of flowers which they'll visit throughout the day because it takes some time for the nectar to replenish. Sometimes about half an hour, sometimes about an hour or longer. So what they do, they'll feed along a particular route, taking different flowers as they go along. And so once they finish feeding, they'll defend that area until it replenishes.
Hummingbirds flap their wings in a figure-8 motion, allowing them to change direction quickly as well as hover. But they are constantly burning so much energy that they must spend all day looking for food, only taking short rests in the shade.
Hummingbirds are considered nectar feeders, and there was a time when we believed these birds fed only on nectar from flowers. But in more recent times, we realize that they do actually take insects very occasionally, and we suspect it's really just to get some supplemental protein. In terms of the trees and the flowers that the hummingbirds feed on, I would like to highlight that the national tree, the blue maho, is actually one of the favorite flowers of the Dr. Bird.
You can spot the Dr. Bird at many of our public gardens across the island. For example, right here at the Blue and John Crow Mountains National Park.
A United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Look at that color, shimmering emerald green, and those 2 long tails. Our national bird is certainly a sight to behold.
We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Bye for now.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.